if you're looking to start your bookkeeping business and you're starting from scratch, then this video is going to be for you because that's exactly what I've done. I started my bookkeeping business about 7 months ago, 6 months ago, something like that. And I say I started it. I didn't start my business until really about 4 months ago or 5 months ago because I took some time to learn bookkeeping because I was starting from scratch. Like I had been doing my books for my business for a while, but I didn't really understand what I was doing. So for about a month or two, I dove into education. I maybe a month or two is too long. I probably should have started marketing before, but I really wanted to get a base knowledge of what bookkeeping was first, like the debits and credits and liabilities and assets, equity, just understand the basics. And so I took a month or two to learn that. And that time I became QuickBooks Pro advisor, and I got certified in that. And that's just the what I did for the first few months. And then about 4 months ago in July, right now it's the beginning of November. In July, I started marketing. I started on Facebook, just posting, once a day, just small things. I was like, as I'm pretty used to YouTube and stuff, I was able to do video and stuff and everything, and just to get my name out there and start putting out bookkeeping tips and all that. I did that for about a month, and then I started doing other social media. I started YouTube, this channel here. I started doing X, LinkedIn, Instagram, and so I had all those social medias going for me. By the about 3 months ago, I started doing all that. Um, I have since stopped doing all of them and just I do YouTube, obviously. I do YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and those are the three that I kind of focus on. And what that has done for me, like where I am at with my business, I have gotten 4 clients in those 4 months, and but that doesn't mean I've only have one reoccurring client, but I've had four like cleanups. I've done cleanups for people that need them, and I've done those by just putting myself out there by saying, hey, I do bookkeeping, and it, not gonna lie, every single one of them have been people that I have known in the past. I used to be a wrestling coach for college, and all three of them, or yeah, all four of them actually have been either wrestlers or coaches that I've known in the past. And that's kind of where you have to start. You start with friends and family, and then as you get experience, and gain trust with everyone, then you start going out to other people. And so that's where I started, and I was, and it's a slow start. And that's what I want to get through in this video is that, you're not going to start this, especially if you don't have a base already, if you haven't done, bookkeeping or CPA work in for a business or something or for someone else. If you're starting from scratch, it's gonna take a while. It's not gonna be, next month you're making thousands of dollars. And I don't know if you would want it that way, because cleanup takes a while, especially if you're just learning how to do it and stuff. And if you don't know QuickBooks, it takes even longer. And so I think that you have to understand that this process, if you're just going to be marketing on Facebook and stuff like that, it's going to be like a 6-month process in order to really get some decent money flowing to where you might be able to start living off of it. There's like, I'm still like, and it's ebbs and flows. Like sometimes, some weeks I'll have, a few calls that I can, make to potential clients. Some weeks it's not happening, and it just takes time. And I think that you need to kind of understand that that's just the name of the game. No matter what type of marketing you're doing, if you're going in person or if you're cold calling, I've chosen to do a whole bunch of social media, and I am reaching out to people through Messenger and stuff. But it's just taking a long time because no one knows me. They don't know me as the bookkeeping guy. Even my friends and family don't know me as the bookkeeping guy because I've only been doing this for 4 months. Come 6 months to a year from now, I'm gonna be known as the bookkeeping guy because all they see on my social medias now is me talking about bookkeeping. So now I'm getting people reaching out to me that know me, and they know me from like my wrestling past and stuff, and they know that I'm trustworthy, but they don't know bookkeeping, so they'll come reach out to me because they know who I am, and like, hey, how does this work? Like, is owner's investment income? How do I do owner's investment? How do I invest in my business and stuff like that? Um, it's just takes time to build trust, and you have to be able to consistently show up every single day. And that's what I've just been doing is, trying to post every single day. There's been days where I've missed, you got stuff happening. I went on a hunt recently and I did post, but it really didn't really have anything to do with wrestling, or sorry, it didn't have anything to do with bookkeeping. Um, but it did. I was, hunting and stuff, and so I posted what I was doing up in the mountains and stuff, and that's really kind of what you need to do though, is be as consistent as you possibly can in order to just position yourself as the expert, because that's what you want people to look at you as, is the expert. And so they come to you whenever they think of, man, I really want to hire someone for my bookkeeping. They'll come to you and they'll be like, all right, I really need a bookkeeper. What do I need to do? And then that's where you can step in. It just, you have to build that trust first, and that's the first 6 months of your business, is building trust with really not a whole lot of return. I'm not making a living right now. It's not, I'm not rolling in the dough yet, but I know that if I continue to do this and I continue to push that I'm a bookkeeper, I'm offering this service, if I continue to push that day in and day out for a few months, I'll become the expert. I will become the guy that people think of whenever they think of bookkeeping. And that's where I'm headed, and I think that that's the biggest thing that a lot of people need to wrap their heads around is, when they're starting a business like this, it's a service-based business, and any service-based business that you're really not selling a product, you have to build the trust that you are the guy to go to for that service. And yeah, but if you need any help, let me know. You can give me or book a call and we can talk about it. And the website is in the description, jonesbookkeeping.pro. We can talk about starting your bookkeeping business. I don't care. But thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one, guys. Later.